Hi, I'm the left-handed reader. Welcome to my channel. I'm continuing with the intro of Unlocking the Mysteries of Birth and Death and Everything in Between by Daisaku Ikeda. The intro is continuing with some fundamental doctrine. Thank you for listening today. Let me know where you're listening from in the comments, okay? Thank you. Some fundamental doctrines. How exactly does Buddhism provide the solution to the fundamental problems of life and death? By taking a close look at each of the four sufferings, birth, aging, sickness, and death, this book seeks to illuminate the truth and wisdom necessary to sail calmly over the troubled sea of worldly suffering. At no time in the past has science been in a state of such rapid advancement. As a result, humanity has adopted a blind belief in the powers of science and technology regarding the problems inherent in life, less from the viewpoints of philosophy and religion. Observing the global state of affairs today, I cannot help feeling that people are not grappling hard enough with the fundamental problems. From the perspective of ultimate truth, earthly desires and the problems of life and death are not seen as obstacles that must be eradicated. Instead, earthly desires can be transformed into enlightened wisdom, and the sufferings of birth and death are means to attaining nirvana. The Lotus Sutra takes this one step further, setting forth the principles that earthly desires are enlightenment, and that the sufferings of birth and death are nirvana. In other words, there can be no enlightenment apart from the reality of earthly desires. And there can be no nirvana without the concomitant sufferings of birth and death. These pairs of contrasting factors are innate in all our lives. Tian Tai, the great 6th century Chinese teacher, employed an analogy to explain these principles. Suppose there is a bitter persimmon. By soaking it in a solution of lime or buckwheat chaff, or by exposing it to sunlight, we can make the persimmon sweet. There are not two persimmons, one persimmon and the other sweet. There is only the one. The bitter persimmon has not been sweetened with sugar. Rather, the inherent bitterness of the persimmon has been drawn out, and its inherent sweetness allowed to emerge. The catalyst, the intermediary that assists it, the transformation, was the solution or the sunlight. Tian Tai likened earthly desires to the bitter persimmon, enlightenment to the sweet persimmon, and the process whereby the sweetness was brought out to the Buddhist practice. To fully benefit from these important doctrines in our daily lives, we must comprehend some basic Buddhist teachings which illuminate life's multifaceted dimensions. Toward that end, we shall examine two major doctrines: 3,000 realms in a single moment of life, and the 9 consciousnesses, which represent the pinnacle of Mahayana Buddhism. Instead of negating desire and life in this world, they accept the realities of life as they are and reveal the way to transform them into causes of enlightenment. The profound doctrine that earthly desires are enlightenment teaches that we should not try to eradicate desires or regard them as sinful, but should elevate them toward achieving a nobler state of life. Unlocking the mysteries of birth and death and everything in between. Thank you for listening today. Like and subscribe. See you next time.